Okay folks, so we are getting there slowly but surely, and now we are at the point where I have joined the facing onto the garment. Okay, this is the front, that is the back. I've joined it onto the garment. Now I'm going to show you how you're going to be treating this facing from here on. Okay, now one thing I want to point out to you, if you look carefully, okay, you will see that there's the little zigzag that I did. It is above the other stitch that I put in to join the facing onto the garment. So you want to go just under the zigzag to join the facing to the garment, so that the zigzag will be above here. It would not show up across here and make it look untidy. Okay, so now we have an edge here that we need to fix, because what is going to happen is that we want to turn this over here. But if you notice, you see what's going on here. If I try to turn this over to the on the inside, I'm getting all of this ugly happening, right? So we have to fix that. So this is what we're going to be doing next. So take a look. I'm going to press it down now. So take a look, see what I'm about to do. Okay, so we turn it back here, and what we have is 3 pieces of fabric here on the edges. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We have the interfacing, we have the facing, and we have the garment fabric itself. Okay, the garment is the garment that you're going to be wearing. This is the facing here in the middle, and the interfacing is here. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is cutting them at different heights. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is we're going to work on the interfacing, which is this pattern fabric that I have here. So I'm just going to take the interfacing alone, and I'll cut it all the way down to that zigzag that I made. Okay, so I'm going to cut this completely out here, right up to the zigzag where we have the join. I just cut around the join for the time being. Okay, and I keep going right up next to the zigzag, and having a nice small sharp scissor for this purpose. Helps a lot. Okay, so I'm going here again, taking only the interfacing. So I have the interfacing out now. So we have 2 more layers. Okay, you see that? I cut the interfacing right up to that zigzag stitch. Now I have 2 more layers to work with. So we're going to go a little longer on the facing fabric now. Okay, so we're giving it a layer. So we're coming back here, and I'll show you when I'm finished this piece here. Look at that, you see? So I have 1 layer here with the interfacing, I have 1 layer with the facing, and then the fabric itself. So I'm doing the same thing right around. Okay, and I could also give the garment fabric a little tiny clip too, so we could still go down on the garment fabric. So we have actually 3 layers now. You see that? 3 different layers. So I'm going around with this one here now. Let me see how quickly I can do that. You don't have to do it that quickly. I am just doing it because of the video. Okay, you can take your time and cut it properly. So now I have 3 layers right around the whole neckline. Okay, I've neatened it up a bit. And now what I'm going to do, so this part here, what I'm doing here is called grading. You see you have different grades, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is called grading, where you have the fabric cut in 3 different layers, and what happens is that it makes it a little softer. It's not as bulky and stuff like that. Now what I'm going to do to release this tension that we have, because it is a circular piece of fabric, and to make this lie flat on this side, it's still going to give me some trouble on this side. Okay, it's a little better now, but it's still, if you notice, it still have some puckering. So what I'm going to do, and as I said before, all my garbage goes into my garbage little plastic container there. So what I'm going to do now is to clip it. So I am clipping it, but I'm not clipping the stitches. So I'm going all the way up to the stitches, but I'm not clipping the stitches themselves. Okay, so I'm doing this, and if you notice, when I clip it, I can straighten out the fabric. You notice that the fabric is straightened out from being a curve like this. Now I can straighten it out. So I'm going all the way around it and clip. So I have that clipped, and as I have it clipped now, if you notice, I can actually take the neckline and straighten it out. You see how straight that neckline is staying there because I have it clipped. Now if I pull this over to the inside, it will stay nice and flat. See the nice curve that I get here now? I can just press it and I'll get a nice smooth curve. Now the last part of this, before we stop, would be to take, one other thing, right where the join, where the fabrics are joined, what we can do is fold it over and trim a little bit of that bulkiness from the join there too, so it gets it a little softer right at that joint, because we have a little bulky area here. Remember, the fabric doubles where it's joined. So if I cut it like this, it will take off that bulkiness right there, not going all the way to the stitching, just above the stitching, so that when I turn it over, it will be nice and soft. Okay, and if you notice, I can turn this over here now, and it will actually behave itself. Okay, so let me show you. See, I could already get a nice smooth curve from my facing. Nice smooth curve right away around. Okay, so now it's turned to the wrong side. Now the last part of this, we will do something called an under stitching, where we take the facing and all of the seam allowance, and we hold them together, go to the machine and make a little stitch right around this here, on the wrong side of it, on the facing side of it. Okay, so you'll be making a stitch all the way around on the facing side of it, and that will hold this down better and make it look better when you turn it to the right side. Okay, so I'll do that. Next video you'll see how it looks.